Make some noise for hip-hop history.
You snitched. Hey, you snitched. That's how you got out of your bit, bro. I took that shit down. Hey, back up.
I'm out here. Richard. Oh, wow.
His mother's dead, bud.
And also, he's also facing jail on a private criminal prosecution by clubs in New South Wales. This is out of control. This man is one of the best journalists in the state, as far as I'm concerned. Yes, he's got character faults that people like to point on, but no one has the record that he has for doing some hard-hitting journalism. And this is his payday. Someone's trying to kill him, and another corporation's trying to put him in jail.
I have had a lot of people threaten to sue me in the past, people who didn't like that I made a video about them. The Human Rights Commission in Australia took me to court because of a joke that I did on stage.
G'day everyone, it is the Captain. Welcome back to the channel. A big thank you, of course, to each and every one of you that like and subscribe to these videos and you share them around the world with all of your buddies, all of your pals, and all of your mates. Now in today's video, things are going to go a little bit different. First and foremost, you can see me, and I'm going to start doing more of these videos as time goes along, because tonight I want to talk about comedy, because comedy is under attack, and I'm not a fan of comedy being under attack. It's not what comedy is designed for. Comedy is designed to push the boundaries of the funny. It is designed to offend you in some cases. It's designed to make you laugh, and it's designed to hold up a mirror to society and say, hey, things aren't that bad. It could be worse. So tonight I thought I would take you for a bit of a walkthrough of my personal opinion on comedy and why it is so important in today's social climate to keep laughing, because we can't afford to lose our laughter, ladies and gentlemen. Losing your laughter is like going out for an ice cream and you get to the ice cream guy and the ice cream guy goes, here you go mate, here's a Mars bar, and you'll be like, I didn't want a Mars bar, I wanted a fucking ice cream, and he'll punch you in the nose because you take what you're fucking given. And that's what comedy's like, okay? Sometimes you want to have your ice cream, but you're going to get a fucking Mars bar. You might even end up with a bowl of cereal, and that's not what you looked for. But it's okay, because it's still food, and you can enjoy it one way or another. You may not like having cereal when you go out for an ice cream, but I'm sure there is one fucker out there that would enjoy a nice bowl of fucking crunchy bloody whatevers and fucking have a good time, and you're going to be upset because you didn't get an ice cream, but he's going to be so fucking happy that he's got a bowl of cereal that you'll forget all about the ice cream and you will want to have his fucking cereal. And that is how comedy works. So let's have a bit of a look at some jokes and stuff throughout the last few years that have got comedians in a lot of trouble. I want to start off with Friendly Geordie. Friendly Geordie is a Australian content creator on YouTube and a few other places. He's a comedian, he's a political commentator, he is just an opinionated, talented young man. And he was under attack in the last few years over jokes that he had said, over content that he had created, and his own political views. And that's just not cool at all, even in the slightest. In the first part of the video, in that little montage, you see his lawyer talking to the news because his house had been firebombed. As a comedian, over things that he said on the internet that hurt people's feelings, someone thought it was a great idea to go and firebomb his house. He has been sued on multiple occasions, and again, over things that he personally has said. And that's just not right in any way, shape or form. In fact, here's a bit of a footage of what happened after he made jokes and a couple of skits on YouTube about a former, well at the time he was the current Deputy Premier of New South Wales. For those that aren't from Australia, a Deputy Premier is very similar to like you got your Governor in the States, and that's the person underneath, the second in charge, so to speak. So the Deputy Governor got a bee in his bonnet because Friendly Geordie made a couple of comments and a couple of jokes about his business practices and how he conducted himself in Parliament. And not only did the Deputy Premier crack the shits over it, he sent the fixation person unit after Geordie's producer. Have a look.
Film it though. No, I'm allowed to film it.
No, you're not, because you're under arrest.
Could you
I'm
film
allowed
this?
to film
Could
it.
you film this, Mum?
You can film it, that's
Yeah.
okay, but you're not allowed to, okay?
Yeah.
I'm not allowed to. No, Mum, you can take my... No, you can take my phone. No, take my phone. Take my phone. Don't you...
What the fuck? Yeah, they're giving away evidence and trying to run away with it. Yeah? Don't run off with evidence. Okay? Who are you doing this? You're gonna win. Jesus Christ.
Film this.
I am.
What the fuck?
Film it. This is bizarre.
This is not Australia.
Yeah, it's marked data.
Have you got the number? You hurt a 51-year-old woman. You knocked
I
me
tripped over.
You killed my dog.
I tripped
who's
over.
old.
Okay?
No, you did not.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
pushed your way. You pushed
No,
me
no,
down.
I tripped over.
You
That's
assaulted
whatever it was.
me. You assaulted
Okay.
me. You
No, I
just
didn't.
assaulted me, and I've got
did.
witnesses.
We told
I've
you
got-
to hand over the phone.
I have got witnesses.
You handed it to her. I tripped over you.
You
That's
pushed
what
me
happened.
down in my own home.
No, I didn't.
You
I
absolutely
environment. That's all.
If you do anything to my son, you will pay.
You can't do this in Australia.
Sorry?
You can't just take someone in Australia like out of their house.
Make sure you don't lose it. That's all. I just want to make sure it's filmed.
I am.
On record.
So I just got assaulted.
Yeah, I know. Send
So,
me a messenger. I think
who do I ring for that?
Because I go to the con, I walk past John Barrel in a day, Mum. Because I go to the... When I was seeing Carl Vine.
You know what your son did today?
You want to know?
No, I want to
You don't want to know?
legal representation. What, he went to university. He went into...
It's fucking shocking, isn't it? Right, this is a producer of a comedy show on YouTube. Alright? And the people that arrested him, the cops that came to his house and put the cuffs on him, tackled his mum and stomped on their dog, are part of the fixation persons unit of the New South Wales Police Force. That is also part of the anti-terror police here in Australia. So they sent primarily anti-terror police unit over to Friendly Geordie's producer's house, so not even the guy that was making the content, and wanted his phone because he had a bit of a run-in with the Deputy Premier a few days earlier. John, and I can't pronounce his name correctly, Baranaro or some bullshit like that, some dumb fat fucking wog, right, went and cracked the shits and found him, and I quote, very offensive in his ways of dealing with people, went to then the New South Wales Police Force, to which he was the Deputy Premier of the New South Wales. I was about to say the United States then. He's not that fucking powerful. All right, these guys can barely make a kebab, let alone fucking, rally the United States behind him. But he went out to the fixation persons unit, had a bit of a cry in the office, like, oh, you're not going to believe what they said about me. Well, what did they say, Deputy Premier? What did they say? It must have been truly offensive. Yeah, they used a woggy-sounding voice when they did a version of me. Well, fuck me, lock and load, boys. He's going down. Now, the video that was on that phone that they wanted to get their hands on was Friendly Geordie's producer. They saw the deputy, or at the time, Deputy Premier, in a car park, and he was wondering why he hadn't responded to one of Friendly Geordie's videos. So all he did was ask about it, and ask about his dodgy business deals, the same way that any gotcha reporter that hangs out in anywhere around the world asks questions. And that's all the producer did, was ask questions. He didn't go to the car going, hey, listen here, you fucking, slimy looking dickhead. Fucking, what happened to the money? He didn't do any of that. He didn't go up to John and say, hey, John, you fucking stupid wok. Mate, put the kebab down, get the tinfoil out of your teeth, and let's have a chat. There was none of that, because that's how I do things. I am a insult comedian. I make offensive jokes. That's what I do. My jokes are designed to push the boundaries to make you work out where your line is. Not where mine is, where yours is. If you find one of my jokes offensive, that's okay, because remember the whole ice cream and fucking cereal debate earlier on? That's how comedy works. You're allowed to be offended at one thing and laugh at the next. That's just how it works. A lot of people on this channel will come into the comments, go, oh, why do you say the F-bomb all the time? Because I fucking want to. That's why, right? That's all I want to do. Right, and that's what I'm gonna fucking do. It's my channel. That's just how I do things. Oh, why are you so derogatory towards women? Well, I'm not. I'm not in any way just slandering on a woman. I'm slandering on everyone. It is all funny or none of it is. That's how things work. And that's how Friendly Geordie works. He is a political comedian, so his jokes and his content are very much based on Australian politics, world politics, but he does it in a comedic fashion. And because one guy cracked the shits, he was able to go to the fixation persons unit and have them go to the producer's house. Now, there was no arrest warrant for the producer. That's the fun part. He wanted the phone. And when he refused to get the phone, he was done then for obstruction. So that's sadly how it worked. And whether you agree with, well, you know, that's just how things work in the real world, it's not. Can you imagine being at your job? Okay, whatever your job is, think about what your job is. We're going to use a receptionist. Actually, you know what? We won't use receptionist because those poor people cop it fucking hard too. Because they're just doing their job, and people, they deal with the public. Public comes in, they have a whinge. First person they see is normally the person behind the front desk, and they cop it hard. But let's use a scientist for instance. Okay, you got fucking Joe Blow, the doctor scientist, and he's in his science lab, and he's fucking mixing vials, and he's got his Bunsen burner on, and he's, you know, there's bubbles and shit going up tubes, and he's having a great time because he's working on a cure for fucking gonorrhea, right? So his wife's got gonorrhea, he's really upset that she's got gonorrhea, so he's gone to work and gone, you know what we're going to have to do, guys? We're going to have to cure it now because I like having my dick sucked, so I don't want to have that fucking disease bitch all over it. So let's get to work, boys. And then all of a sudden they start working on it, and they're halfway through doing their gig, and they're writing their little reports. You know, scientists have clipboards and shit, and they're clicking away. And next minute, you know, fucking boom goes the door. In comes the police going, I heard that you're creating a fucking cure for gonorrhea, and I don't like that. And he goes, well, stiff, that's just what I'm doing. And then all of a sudden that guy gets tackled to the ground for doing his fucking job. You will never see that scenario. You know why? Because it's not how fucking life works. And it's the same in the comedy area of worlds, right? You can't go to... if you go to a comic's stand-up routine, and this happens worldwide, you go to a comic routine, you know roughly what your comic is going to do. Right? A lot of people have seen them before. You know, if it was an open mic, you don't know what's going to happen. If you go to, you know, say Jimmy Carr, for instance, you go to one of his stand-ups, you're going to know that he is going to do offensive jokes. He's going to attack hecklers. That's what he does. And you got to get used to it. That's just how it's going to be. So Jimmy Carr's up on stage, he's doing a routine, and that covers everything from pedophilia all the way through to the Catholic Church molestations to rape to everything. Okay, the guy doesn't discriminate in his jokes the same way I don't discriminate in my jokes. So during this process, there is a lady in the audience that is wearing hearing aids. Now he's unaware at the time that she is deaf, and he asked why she wasn't paying attention or whatever the scenario was, and they told that, you know, she is hard of hearing. So he made a small, tiny, off-the-cuff reference about deaf people. You know, the best thing about them is, you know, they don't complain about what you say, or, you know, something along those lines. And this one lady, made international news because she got offended at a comedian's stand-up routine that she knew what he would roughly be saying about. But it's funny, isn't it? Because take the comment section of my videos. People will laugh predominantly out of everything. There are wonderful people out there that watch this channel and watch all the videos, and they have a laugh because they know true well that it's comedy, and that's just how comedy works. Do they agree with every joke I say? Probably not. Do I agree with every joke I say? Fuck no, I don't. But do I say it? Of course I do, because it's all funny or none of it is. So this is the part. in the comments that you see on these videos that I do will be people that will go, oh, you know, I watch your videos all the time, but I didn't like that joke about that fat woman. Okay, that's fine. You don't have to. You don't have to like every joke I say. That's not what my comedy's designed for. But then they go that one step further. You shouldn't. You should not. And I mean should not be making jokes about us heifers. We have a hard time getting into livestock cages as it is without having you fucking come down on us and tell us that we're fucking fat. Well, first off, I didn't call you fat at all. I didn't call anyone that you know fat. I said it about the person in the video because if you fuck around on YouTube, then you find out from the captain exactly what's going to happen. In fact, you could probably say, fuck around and find out. And that's the fucking mantra of this channel. People fuck around and then they find out, and then during that time, my job that I enjoy doing immensely is breaking them down to nothingness because they don't deserve our respect mostly. So having these people that go, oh, you made a joke about a fat woman, you should not be saying anything about fat women. That's just not fair. Okay, so you're okay with the pedophilia jokes. Cool. You're okay with the goat molesting. Cool. You're okay when I knock the trans, gay, lesbian, and the whole list of alphabet that goes along with them. Had no problem with that. You had no problem with the racial jokes. You had no trouble with the men bashing jokes. You had no problem with all of that. But you had one problem because I said that some lady was overweight. That says more about you than it does me. Okay, because as you just heard, I cover a plethora of things and no one is sacred. No one is off limits. But you have a problem with weight jokes. So the question then becomes, how many of the other jokes did you laugh at before it got to there? Because I know the video that you're talking about, and there was a whole bunch of racial jokes in there before I even got to her weight. So, again, says more about you than me. And anyone else that enjoyed the video. It says more about you as a person getting offended on that joke than anything else that I could possibly say about you. So, maybe you need to have a look at yourself. Now, the other thing is, if you got offended at that one joke and didn't say anything apart from, oh, that was a bit rough, and then played into the joke like 80% or 90% of people that watch this channel do, then job would have been right. I wouldn't have had to mention you at all in this video because you attacked me and my comedy. So therefore, you have fucked around and now you're going to find out. And it doesn't just stop there. And this is what I'm trying to get at. Comedy is under attack. You're allowed to get offended. That's, again, fine. No problem. There are a lot of things that offend me, but I'm not going to go out of my way to go, hey, you're fucking that goat wrong. And that's really offensive to me. I've been fucking goats for 15 years, and you are supposed to bloody tickle them behind the ear before you slide it in. You didn't tickle them behind the ear. You're not fucking that goat correctly, and I'm fucking pissed. I wouldn't do that. If you want to fuck a goat, fuck him any which way you think is right. Okay? I'm not going to come in and into the barn and go, hey, step aside, let me show you how it's done, right? There's a training video for that. You can go onto my OnlyFans and watch it for free. Now, if you got offended at that joke because I was rooting a goat in that joke, that says more about you than me. If you're sitting at home right now going, I don't think he knows how to fuck a goat at all. Well, first off, you're mistaken. And second off, prove me wrong. Right? Going back to Friendly Geordie. Friendly Geordie had been attacked on multiple angles, multiple times. Right? He has a full corporation, Clubs New South Wales, coming after him and sued him because he was, again, making political comments that they didn't like. In fact, he brought a whistleblower in from the industry to talk about Clubs New South Wales. They cracked the shits. They sued him for his content. Again, it's a guy getting sued for being on YouTube. You know what I mean? You guys, unless you're an Australian or you know Friendly Geordie by name, you'd have no fucking idea who I'm talking about. You know why? Because he's not technically an international news reporter. It's not fucking Walter Cronkite or whatever his name was. He's not fucking some CNN political commentator. He's not on Fox News. He's not fucking Bill O'Reilly. He's not fucking standing in the middle of, Great Britain on the BBC telling everybody how this particular group of individuals are dodgy as fuck. No, he's on YouTube. YouTube, the same platform that has ISIS videos on it. Yeah, that. How many people have sued ISIS? I can't remember a single fucking case of someone of bloody... How would you even go around fucking suing ISIS? I was watching an ISIS video the other day, and I must admit I was pretty upset with the flame material that they decided to use when burning that American flag. It's not so much the burning of the flag that has really upset me, it's just I don't believe kerosene will burn at that level. Who should I talk to? Maybe we can send, fucking... some lawyer letters to them and see what they say. Maybe a stop and desist letter or some bullshit. It's not going to happen, is it? You're not going to fucking send your lawyer to go to ISIS and say, hey dude, my client has a real problem with your fucking whole setup. Right? Otherwise Toyota would be all over it. Toyota, the official club car of ISIS. Now possibly I'm going to get sued from Toyota, and all I say is bring it. You're going to fuck around, then you will find out. So, this is, again, the whole thing of it all is people that crack the absolute shit over jokes. Isaac Butterfield, another great, funny Australian content creator and stand-up comedian, has been dragged to the Human Rights Commission of Australia. Yeah, the Human Rights Commission. Them. He got dragged to them, not because... group of people cracked the shits, or a mother's group that were doing a bit of stitch and bitch in the corner was listening to one of his jokes and went, oh, this is a bit offensive, Mari. Oh yeah, you're right there, Bethany, maybe we should sue him. No, it wasn't that. It wasn't people in his show that came to see him that cracked the shits. It wasn't even the Australian public as a collective that had a problem with it. It was one person. One person had the power to drag poor Isaac Butterfield into the Human Rights Commission to explain what he was doing. As a comedian, how is that right? Where do you get in a stage in your life where words fucking hurt you? Because that is a lot more to say about you as a person, once again, than what it does about Isaac Butterfield. Right? Isaac's job is to make people laugh. End of list. Isaac isn't out there fucking promoting stupid things to do to your body. Isaac's not out there saying, oh, if you buy my supplements, fucking your dick will grow big. Right? He's not doing any of that. He's not doing the Alex Jones with his political commentary. You know what he does? Is he points shit out. That's it. Points things out. Alright, so most of his content is based similar to what I do, but instead of going after DUIs and Karens and fucking sovereign citizens and frauditors and all that sort of stuff, he has a broader range where he looks at everything from influences to the generations to whatever tickles his pickle at that particular moment. And that's great, because he's extremely funny. He is off the cuff. He is very, very educated when he has his comments. But yet someone thought it was a great idea to get offended at a small snippet of his stand-up routine, and they drag him to the Human Rights Commission. Not only that, he is being sued yet again. People have tried to sue Isaac for months, for years almost, when it comes to his material. None of them ever follow through with it, except for one's getting pretty close. But that's not my story to tell. It's his. So go and visit his channel as well. Visit him and Friendly Geordie and let him know that you found out more about him and now you're interested in their content. Because trust me, if you want a good fucking laugh, either of them are great. If you want to learn about Australian politics, Friendly Geordie's your guy. If you want to see another Australian break the kneecaps of people that need to have their kneecaps snapped, Isaac Butterfield is your bloke. Not only that, he looks like a bushranger. He looks like Nick Kelly. Got to give credit where credit's due. Isaac, myself, Friendly Geordie, we all have the same opinion. Everything is fair game. Everything is right to be said. In fact, here's the joke, or jokes, that got Isaac in trouble with the Human Rights Commission. All you need to know for this setup is what an Australian Aboriginal is. And primarily, the Australian Aboriginals are the first natives of the land, or, you know, they're the indigenous folk to Australia. So, these are the jokes.
Let's start off real slow, all right? Let's move our way into it. Like when you're skipping at school, you got to warm up, all right? Recently, I recently gave my grandmother a frangipani for her birthday. Delicious, right? Wonderful, fantastic. She grabbed it. She said, "This is great. I love frangipani trees. They're wonderful, but it's a bit heavy." She said, "Can you take it?" And I said, "Sure. Where do you want me to put it, Gran?" She said, "Can you put it at the back in the garden?" I said, "Gran, where in the garden?" She said, "Can you put it next to the natives?" I said, "Gran, they're First Nations people, all right?" "And why are they in your shed?" It's so easy to write Aboriginal jokes. They write themselves. The most Aboriginal word in the world, corroboree, has the word robbery in it. White people in Australia never really culturally appropriated Aboriginal culture because there's nothing that we really wanted except for the kids. Let's be honest, we never looked at tapping sticks and thought, "Oh, fuck, we need those." I thought I'd never seen Aboriginal pornography before. And on top of that, I thought I'd never seen an Aboriginal pornographic magazine. It turns out I have. It's just known as a different name, National Geographic magazine, all right? One more. This is the piece de resistance. Have you ever seen a transgender Aboriginal? Of course you haven't. They're hard to spot because the ladies already look like blokes. There you go.
That was it. They were the jokes that got him in front of the Human Rights Commission of Australia. Ridiculous, isn't it? 1, Aboriginal jokes are 1, funny. 2, have been around since we fucking first got here. And 3, it's funny. Right? Doesn't mean everyone finds it funny. It means that some people find it funny. And it means that even, and you're not going to believe me when I say this, but even Aboriginal people found it funny. In fact, none, 0, zilch Aboriginal people took him to the Human Rights Commission. Not one. And we've got lots of them. But no, it had to be someone else that got offended on behalf of someone else. Do you like my hand movements then? That's the part that shits me the most. It not only shits me, but one of my co-hosts, Parking Nick, who does the live shows and that with me, him and Secret Agent Ness, people that get offended on behalf of someone else. Oh, I fucking hate it. I hate it. Again, let's use the analogy. You're sitting there and you're eating your cereal. Alright, you got your Captain Crunch in the bowl, you're having a fucking great old time eating it, and then someone comes in and they say, "Hey, how's your fucking Captain Crunch?" And you go, "Well, it's not bad, but geez, I wish it was rice bubbles." What did you say? Well, no, look, this is nice. You know, it's Captain Crunch. But, you know, I was hoping that we might have had some Rice Krispies, you know, we call them rice bubbles. You know, maybe some fucking, I don't know, oats or something. But, you know, they only had Captain Crunch, so that's what I got. They only had Captain Crunch. Well, yeah, that's why I'm eating it. Oh my God. I'm not going to stand for this. I cannot believe that you wanted Rice Krispies or Rice Bubbles, maybe some oats, and all you got was Captain Crunch. That is absolute bullshit, and I will not stand for it. No, it's not going to happen. Shut the fuck up. You're not the one eating the cereal, right? Don't get upset because he didn't get what he wanted. He's happy he's got his bowl of fucking whatevers. So he's eating away. You're the one that's cracking the shits because he didn't get the cereal that he thought he should have got at the time, but it's not that much of a big of a deal. But you've got offended on there. You're offended on his behalf. That's not right. That's almost as bad as being the person that's caused the offence. And if you don't believe me, there is multiple, and I mean multiple, awesome gay members and trans members, and again, the alphabet of people that watch this channel and comment and send me emails and personal messages about how funny they find my comedy. You know why? Because they're not offended on the gay jokes, the trans jokes, any other jokes that I create on their behalf, or even the racial jokes. Here's one for you. Ivan, who watches the channel. Ivan is of a Latino type descent. He is a gay man. He watches this channel, and the joke that hooked him to this channel was when I called a Latino, Mexican, whatever you want to call them, on the channel, Dora the Informer. That was the joke that got him hooked to the channel. Not offended by it, hooked. Loved it. Because all of a sudden, jokes that used to exclude these wonderful people are now back in service once again. Because if I don't make fun of every single thing and every single subject, then I'm a fucking hypocrite, and I'm not going to let that stand. I don't get offended very easily. There are certain jokes out there that I won't say, and there's certain words that I won't use as my self-censoring. That doesn't mean I'm going to stop anyone else from fucking doing it. Australians cop it hard throughout the world. In some fucking small corners of the United States, we don't even exist. Do you know how hard it is to hear that you don't exist? And no matter what you tell that person, they will refuse to believe that your country is even real? And you think that I'm the fucking retard? Right, that guy's the retard. And that's the other thing, right? There are people that have special needs that watch this channel. And I've had emails of people that go, and only one email to be precise, that said, I don't particularly agree with you making fun of learned disability people. And that's fine. That's their right. I much prefer to get the email than the knock on the door from, Mr. Lawyer for being sued for making a joke. So an email is more polite and it gets to the point. And it also gave me a chance to have a rebuttal. Not many people know this because I don't say it very often because it's never really come up. But I will say it publicly. I have 3 kids. All 3 of them have a form of either social, learning, or other disability or mental disability that comes into play. 2 of them have trouble with learning disabilities. 1 has a problem with sensory issues. So there's certain textures, foods, etc. that they can't use, can't touch. Will I still make jokes? Fuck yeah, I will. Why? Because I'm not talking about my kids. I'm not talking about someone else's kids. I'm not talking about someone else's uncle, auntie, whatever. I'm making a joke in reference to someone on a video that deserves to have their fucking life brought down a few pegs. That's what I do. I make jokes, right? Will I ever stop anyone that makes a child molestation joke, a rape joke, domestic violence joke, things that I don't necessarily tiptoe in? No! Make them. I'll laugh at them because they're funny, because they're jokes, and I'm not a fucking idiot, and I can learn to appreciate jokes. Alright? In fact, I haven't heard one joke that I've ever gone, whoa, fuck, that's offensive. Because it's not. Right? Again, let's go back to people that watch these videos and the people that get offended on behalf of someone else. As I said, we've heard about one gay gentleman that has watched the show. There is a trans person that watches the show. And I refer to them by what they would like to be referred to. And that's me showing respect. Right? It's got nothing to do with what I think. Because what I think about their life means nothing to them. Because it's their life. Right? Same way I wouldn't expect anyone out there to care about what happens in my life. Because it's not your life. Right? If I lose a leg, you'll go, oh, geez, that's upsetting. He lost a leg. Alright, I'm not going to expect you to come over to my house and fucking tell me how great having, one leg is and how fucking awesome it is, and then you can relate to how awesome having one leg is because you haven't got one leg, you've got 2 legs. And it's the same when it comes to people's lifestyle choices. I can't comment on it because I don't live their life. If they're happy and they're having fun, who am I to fucking get in their way? If they're laughing and they're enjoying their time, so be it. Have fun. Knock yourself out. because that's your life. That's what you choose. Some people want to live a trans lifestyle. Some people are gay in their lifestyles. Some people then choose to do things that make other people go, what the fuck? Some people are conservative. Some people are left-wing. Some people in the middle. Some people like fucking the taste of pineapple on pizza. People are strange. Let them be strange. You know what we can all enjoy? A joke. All of us. It doesn't matter who you are. You can enjoy a joke. It's just fucking how comedy works. So, I guess in the whole spectrum of things, and this video's gone on way too long, is jokes are funny. That's pretty much it, right? Jokes are funny. You can be offended. Don't get offended on behalf of someone else, because that's not your right. You're taken away from the person that should be offended. And if they're not offended by it, then you shouldn't be either. Right? That's just, you're taking away from them. So you're the hypocrite in that fucking argument. So harden the fuck up. Don't be stupid. And if you're going to, well then you're gonna fuck around and find out. Also, what in the actual fuck are with people that get offended on the smallest of things, again, not having to do with their life? Right, there is another awesome man that lives in Canada who is a gay man who sent me an email stating how he was wanting to be offended when he first started watching this channel. He was waiting to get offended, but when the jokes were funny, and I realised that I wasn't making fun of him in particular, he realised that they were just jokes, and then he sent me the email to state how he fucking finds this channel funny. And I love that. I love it. Him, all the other people from mixed varieties around this world that watch this show and watch these videos, I fucking love them. I love each and every one of you that fucking leave comments or contact me or whatever, even if you don't agree with what I said. The fact is that you're fucking a person, and one person to another can have a discussion about a subject that may or may not have offended them. That's how society's meant to work. That's how things in life are meant to work. So if you're going to have a fucking mental breakdown every time someone uses the word, oh, he's a black man. Oh, did you call him black? Well, what the fuck was I meant to call him? Right? He's a black man standing there next to a white guy. I was talking about the black fella. Right? It's just how words go. Right? I didn't call him the N-word. I didn't say, this and then insert racial slur here. I just said that guy. Because if I said that guy over there and you go, which one? And I go, the one in the blue shirt, and you go, well, they're both in blue shirts. And then I go, the black guy, you would be, oh yeah. But if I said the black guy, then you know instantly who I'm talking about. People wear uniforms. Sometimes it's hard to fucking point them out. So you go by what they look like. The Sheila over there with the fucking ponytail. That's it. It's simple. Don't get offended. Just, if you're offended, even in the slightest, get the fuck off the internet. It's not for you. Pack it up. It's time to go home. It's that simple. But that's it for another video. Let me know what you think. Do you want to see more more commentary from myself? Do you like this video? If this video is shit, let me know. I'm a big boy. I can take it. I just waffled on for a whole bunch of fucking minutes. So that's fine. If you don't like it, cool. If you did, let me know. Hit the like button, the subscribe button, all that sort of fun stuff, because the next video that comes out, you're going to fucking find funny. You might not find this one funny, but you'll find that one funny. So cool. Good to be you, good to be me. So I'm going to leave you with these wonderful passing messages, which is simply, you have been the Nightcap, and I've been your captain. And until next video, take your shirts off, get naked if you want, and dance like every motherfucker is watching. Alright.